Hey there, my name is John Stevenson. Welcome to the Guaranteed Retirement Guy Show. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of income planning versus your net worth. So if you have a net worth of $1 million, $2 million, $5 million or more, you might be thinking that is the most important thing for income planning. And it absolutely does help, but there's a lot of other things to consider when you're actually doing income planning. And it may surprise you the amount of net worth you really need to have the income that you want in retirement. Okay, you may not need as much as you think you need if you set it up right. And we're going to talk about that. I'm going to share my screen and show you a strategy with an annuity that will help you do this, especially if you're looking for some lifetime income that you can never run out of. Okay, so I work with annuities. Okay, I work with lots of different companies. I have access to all the products on the market, and a lot of people reach out to me because they are looking for highest lifetime income, and they're looking for someone that they can trust who will show them everything that is out there. So I always encourage people to go to my website, johnstevenson.com, and look for yourself. Okay, do your own research, look for the annuities that are best for you, and then reach out to me when you feel comfortable. Okay, if you want to, you can book a call with me down below, but I would just encourage you first to go to my website, johnstevenson.com, and research annuities and see exactly which ones you feel would be best for you. And if you feel like that you'd like some help purchasing an annuity, I'd love to help you. Just book a call there as well. So anyways, all right, I'm not going to try to sell you hard or anything like that. A lot of people feel like, if they book a call with someone, they're going to sell them hard on annuities. And I don't do that. I want people to reach out if they do want an annuity, but I'm not going to sit there and try to hard sell you into something that you don't necessarily want. Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. I want you to see exactly how this can work as far as income planning. Okay. All right. So let's say you've got a net worth of $1 million and you're thinking, all right, $1 million, I want 4% safe withdrawal. Okay. Because the market's going to go up, the market's going to go down, but I want to have 4%. So that's $40,000 a year, right? But man, I'd really like to have more than $40,000 a year. Okay. Is there a way to get more than $40,000 a year? Because my net worth is not as high as I was hoping to be. It's only $1 million. Maybe it's even less than that. Okay. I'm going to show you how you can do that without worrying about running out of money. Okay. That's why net worth is not as important. It is important, but it's not as important as income planning, because you can have a net worth and say, all right, well, I'm going to live off of 4% or 5% of my net worth, and that's going to determine my income, where you really could have a lot more income if you'd focus on the income side and not so much on the net worth. Okay. So, all right. So I am showing a client, they put $500,000 in, they're 62 years old, and they want to take income at age 70. Okay. Now this is just an example. Things will be different if you take income immediately or in less time or even more time. Okay. So, and if you're married, the income will be different. Okay. But for this, I just want to show you an example how this works. Okay. So $500,000, maybe you want to wait till 70 to take Social Security, and maybe you only have $1 million in, and I say only $1 million. A lot of people are like, well, that's a good amount of money. Yes, it is. I'm just with this scenario. Okay. With what we want to do. Okay. You got $1 million. You want to take out 4% or even 5%, but you'd really like to have more income. Okay. And so that's why you're waiting until 70, because you're like, I got to wait till 70 because I got my Social Security that's going to be higher. I need to figure out a way to have higher contractual income. Okay. All right. So we push this out 8 years, and you can see all the contractual payouts. You can see Clear Spring on top, Nationwide, Delaware, Midland's down there. Midland's great. I love Midland. It's just because they count birthdays instead of contract years. So if your birthday's like in a month, talk to me about them, because you can start income pretty much a year early. With Clear Spring though, they're paying out the highest amount, $73,000, and that's guaranteed. Okay, that's guaranteed. That's contractual. Now, your balance is not going to last, but you're not buying it for legacy. You're buying it for income. Okay, you're not focused on the net worth. You're not focused on keeping that net worth up there. You're using it. You're leveraging it to give you high lifetime income. Okay, so if we look at this, we'll say, all right, take the 500 grand. We're going to get 73,463 a year for the rest of our life, and the account balance is going to run out by the time you're 80. Okay, that's simple. If you take the income out till you're 95, you're going to take out almost $2 million. Okay. If you live longer, you're going to take out more. So it's very, very simple. You know exactly what you're going to get. It's contractual. And it's simple. Okay. You're not watching the market. You're not sitting there saying, well, I gotta take out 40,000 or 50,000 because I want to make sure that this, does not go, my account balance lasts for as long as I live. This allows you, annuity contracts allow you to have a high withdrawal rate. Okay. They're doing a 7.35% right here, and they're multiplying against a benefit base of almost $1 million. Why? Because you gave them 500 grand 8 years before. So they're taking the $500,000, they're charging you a rider fee to give you an 8% compound roll-up rate on your 500 grand after an 8% base bonus. That is the value of it. Okay. So when you go back up here, you say, all right, where's the fees, John? They're right here. You can see the rider charges right down here. Okay. They're being taken out of the account balance. Okay. But the account balance is also being affected by any earnings the associated index gives it. Okay. So, but what you are doing though, is you're taking the rider charge, and that rider charge is giving you that 8% base bonus, giving you the 8% compound rate on top of that. And that gives you this ending balance at the end of each 12-month period. Each anniversary, this is exactly what it is, guaranteed. So if you wait 8 years, it's going to be almost $1 million multiplied by 7.35. Now you might decide, well, I only need 55,000, John. I don't need 70,000. Okay. Remember the 5%? I'm happy with that. Okay. If you're happy with that, great. Then what you can do, you say, well, we don't need $1 million to get your 5%. We just need half of it. How do we do that? Well, let's say you want to wait 5 years. 5 years, the benefit base is going to be worth $793,000 multiplied by 7%. That's going to give you $55,937. But let's say you're like, well, I want to wait 4 years. Okay, it's $734,000 multiplied by 7%, giving you $51,426. Isn't that nice? So you might say, well, I'm going to retire, when I'm 65 or 66. I'm happy with my Social Security, and I want to take income early. I don't want to wait till I'm 70. I'm okay with that. Great. So you can go back here and say, okay, I want to take income. Let's go back here. I want to take income at age 66. Okay. There you go. $52,000. Okay. You go down a little bit more. Let's see. It's only 3 years. It's obviously going to be less, but let's see what it is. 48. We're pretty close. So you might think, well, you know what? I want at least, 4 to 5%. I'm happy with that, but I don't want my money to run out. So here's what you do. You just take half of it. Take half of your portfolio. Remember, we're not concerned so much about a high net worth because we don't even need to use a whole net worth. We only need to use half of it to generate your 5% safe withdrawal. And this one is guaranteed and contractual for the rest of your life. So how's that? I mean, that's when you're looking at your net worth, you might think, well, this is not enough. This is not enough to give me what I need. And if, I got to have a safe withdrawal rate. And what if the market does this? What if I have 4 years of recession? What happens then? You don't have to do that. Just take half of it, put it into an annuity contract, give you guaranteed income, and leave the other half in the market. Let that thing grow, okay? You let that thing grow every 7 years, it's going to double anyways. Just throw in the S&P 500. This is not official investment advice, okay? I'm not an investment advisor, but that's what I'm doing, okay? Personally, that is what I'm doing, okay? Because I do not care. If the market drops 30%, great, because it's going to have even a better comeback after that. Okay. And it always happens. And it's happened for the last 100 years. The market's averaged 10.5%. I'm like, I'm going to throw my money in the S&P. And I've got my annuity contracts over here. Now me and my wife are covered. We've got our income. We are good. And I'm not using all my portfolio to do it. Now I can use the rest of the portfolio and let that grow. Because in 7 years, my 500 grand is back at $1 million. Another 7 years, that's at $2 million. All the while I'm enjoying all my lifetime income. And then during that time, I might say, well, I want to take another 500 grand just because, and I'm going to buy some more income, stack another 60 grand on top of it just because. Wouldn't that be nice? Annuity contracts allows you to do that. They allow you to not use all of your net worth, just use a portion of your net worth and buy the income that you need. Let the rest of your money grow. Okay. And that's how you're able to do that and not have to focus on so much having the highest net worth possible so that I have the highest income. Just use the smallest amount of premium that you need from your net worth, buy the income you need, and then let the rest of it grow. Okay, it's that simple. All right, that's all I got for today. I just wanted to share this with you. If you like the video, like, subscribe, share. Make sure you comment below if you got questions. If you do want to purchase an annuity, go to my website, John Stevenson, first, johnstevenson.com, and then look at the annuity calculators. After that, book a call with me, and we can talk about whatever your questions are. So I'd be happy to help. I'm not going to try to hard sell you, but I will answer your questions, and I will be there to help you. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoy making these. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.